Hello, I'm Fast Lawyer. I'm with Oculus Rift Reviews. Today we're going to review and play RC Plane VR, an Oculus exclusive on the Steam Store. You know, Oculus exclusives on the Steam Store don't have a good track record. The only really good one I can think of right now is Monstrum. Most of them have been pretty bad. How does RC Plane VR stack up? Well, I bought this game just on a whim. I honestly thought it looked bad from the store page video, so I wasn't really too interested. But I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and try it. Why not? And so I did buy it. Currently, it normally retails for $5, but it's currently 15% off, and that's what I bought it at. And I have to admit, it was more fun than I thought it would be. I thought it would be pretty bad, but it's actually, I'm not saying it's good, but it's actually not half bad. And I've had fun playing it, believe it or not. So this is definitely not for everyone. If you're comparing this to, the top flight simulators in VR, if you're comparing this to maybe Balsa model plane simulator, you'll probably laugh at this. But in the $5 price range, which is the normal price, this is actually pretty good. It actually has quite a bit of content for the price. That was the thing that surprised me about this game the most, is just the amount of content it had. There's several planes. There's several districts or environments where you can fly those planes. And usually each district has like a unique game mode to that district. Like, for example, I'm going to show later on gameplay of me flying a space shuttle that's distinct to that district that I was playing in. There's several different ways to play. Obviously, that what you saw there was just a coin collecting, try to do it as fast as possible. A lot of the game modes are just landing correctly or shooting stuff. I have to admit, though, the shooting stuff was actually the weakest part of this game. I did not really like the game modes where you shoot stuff. The shooting mechanic here is just not well done. And there's even a bug in one of the districts. I believe it's a city district where if you try to shoot the hot air balloons, nothing happens. And that's a bug. I'll probably report that on the community forums. But yeah, that is a bug, because I went to other districts. I was able to shoot the hot air balloons without any problems. But in that one, I think it was the city district, it just doesn't work at all. The most fun thing about this game is definitely crashing. So here you have to land on on the ship here, on the carrier. And yeah, it took multiple attempts. Eventually I was able to get it. Another one is the VTOL, the VTOL. And that thing is just difficult to fly, and you'll see that towards the end of my gameplay. Here's me launching into, I guess, space, and then coming back down to try to land the space shuttle. And I thought I was going to get it. I really thought I was going to land this one, but no. Resets are pretty quick, so even if you don't get it right, it doesn't take that long to get right back in the saddle and try again. And that's part of the fun, just, trying to figure out what you did wrong and try to fix it. Now, one thing you should know about RC planes, and I didn't know this because I guess I have to admit, I've never flown an RC plane in my life. I've only done it in VR. But what I found out is that there's 3-channel RCs and 4-channel RCs. This game has both, just depending on the model airplane. And some of you may be wondering what that means. Well, basically what that means is 3-channel means that you use your left joystick, your left touch controller joystick, as your throttle. So you push up to throttle up, to increase speed, and push down to throttle down and lower speed. Obviously, when you're landing, you want to carefully lower that speed, and you'll drop altitude, and it's just a matter of controlling velocity, controlling descent in order to be able to land properly, especially because a lot of these landing strips are so small. So you have to get the right angle, the right speed, the right velocity. And it is some trial and error. And the other parts of the 3-channel airplanes is the tail flaps, the rudder, and the elevator. So you have your throttle up, throttle down, the speed, the engine, your elevator that goes up. You push, I believe you push back to go up and push forward to go down, and then your rudder, your tail flap, to go, left or right. On the 4-channel, the difference is you have one extra thing, which is you also have I believe it's called ailerons, or basically your wing flaps. So your wing flaps also control going left or right, and so that enables you to do stuff like you can go do loop-de-loops, you can do barrel rolls with that extra functionality. So there's some more stuff you can do. It's more tricky, but it's also more fun to use the 4-channel RC planes. Definitely start off with a 3-channel though, because it's just easier to fly. But once you master that, go to the 4-channel ones. It's definitely more fun to fly those. Like I said, there's several different game modes, and from flying that air cargo plane was actually more fun than it looked like. I don't think the video gives it justice, but I actually had fun, and I was able to successfully land it there. I was not sure you can tell on the video, but yes, I did successfully land the cargo plane, or the passenger plane, the Airbus, the passenger plane, not the cargo plane, sorry. And yeah, it's fun. You have to quickly take off, and then angle your Airbus right, and then find the right velocity and lower altitude enough, and land on what looks like a little strip. There's third-person modes for flying, or first-person. Obviously, for most of these modes, you want to go third-person just because it's easier to see the objectives. The game modes are much more difficult in first-person, even though I have to admit it's more fun in first-person mode. So if you can handle it, go first-person. There's also free-flight modes, and definitely first-person mode for that. And yeah, it's fun. I'm not sure what else I can say about this game. Like I said, there were some issues. The hot air balloons didn't want to go down when I shot them in one district. Also, when you go first person mode, if you move your head around, it kind of resets your view when you do that, so you don't actually move inside the plane. It kind of moves with you, and that's a little disconcerting. Obviously, the graphics don't look good either. These aren't really great graphics either. But there is quite a bit of content, and I was having fun with most of the content. So I do recommend this game, but I'm going to give a tepid recommendation. I wasn't sure whether to give this a 5 or a 6, so at the end I just gave it a compromise of 5.5 out of 10. I definitely think some people will enjoy this a lot more than others. And just remember to keep your expectations low. And this VTOL is just fun to fly, even though it's difficult as hell. I'm Fast Lawyer. Thank you. Goodbye.